Polk County Public Libraries. And today I'm going to show you how to make a mug rug for your hot chocolate. So you can see my mug is sitting here on my mug rug. And if I take it off, you can see what your finished product will look like. So I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But before we get started, there are two things that I wanted to remind you about. The first thing is that Friday, tomorrow, we're going to be playing team trivia on Facebook Live. So anybody can play and you can get a team together or you can play by yourself. And the theme this month is music. So if you know a lot about music, you should play. The winners for trivia will get a $20 gift card to a local restaurant. So hope to see you there. All right. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is that all of the supplies that you need to make a mug rug are in a take and make kit. And you can pick one of these up at the Columbus or Saluda Library. And it has all the materials in it to make a mug rug for your hot chocolate this winter. So I know it's not winter just yet, but I have had so much hot chocolate already this year. My mug is a little bit big for my rug, but I'm just going to sit it right there so that you can look at it while we're making one on film. So inside your take and make kit, there are 4 pipe cleaners, and if they're all the same color, that's fine. If they're different colors like these, it's okay too. It won't matter because we're going to cover it up with yarn. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pipe cleaners and I'm going to twist the ends of them together. Okay, and I'm just going to start with 2 right now, but eventually we'll put all 4 pipe cleaners together. But our next step is going to be to add our yarn. So in your kit, you also have yarn, and we're going to start off our rug by just tying a regular double knot with the yarn on the pipe cleaner. There's 1 knot and 1 more. And if you have a little tail hanging off, that's okay, but I'm going to scoot that all the, nope, I'm not. I'm going to try to put this back on. There we go. Okay. So now it's on my pipe cleaner. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that tail hanging off, but I'm going to start wrapping my yarn around the pipe cleaner. And if you have thicker yarn in your kit, you can move pretty quickly with this. If you have thinner yarn, or as I'm discovering with this yarn, you want to make sure that you get the majority of the pipe cleaner wrapped. So you're wrapping all the way around, but if you have fluffy yarn, and some of you do, you have fluffy yarn, you won't have to wrap as tightly, but I'm going to have to wrap pretty tightly with this yarn because otherwise the blue will show through. So I'm going to keep wrapping it. And if you wrap it loosely, it looks like that's working a little bit better to cover up my blue pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to keep wrapping all the way around. And keep going. And if you start seeing some blue, you can scrunch your yarn back up together. And you could twist it like this. So you kind of have your pipe cleaner going in a weird circular shape. So make sure you have room for that. I think that's almost easier than having to twist your arm around to make it go. But yeah, I think it's definitely easier to do it this way. All right, so I'm just going to let it go and keep scooting that yarn together and wrapping it nice and close. Now, if your yarn blends in, if you have blue yarn in your kit and you're using blue pipe cleaners, it'll be easier to go through there because you won't be able to see the blue pipe cleaner fluff. So I'll put it a little over. All right, so I think I am far enough that I'm going to start wrapping, or coiling rather, my mug rug. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that as it is and lay it flat on the table. And I'm going to take this end and start coiling it. Now, you can use Elmer's glue for this, or you can use hot glue. If you have hot glue at home, I recommend using that just because it is faster and you won't have to hold it as longer. but make sure that there's somebody at home with you, because if you hurt your fingers with the hot glue, ow, it's really painful because hot glue is hot. So I've got my hot glue over here, and I'm going to start coiling this first. And I coil it by just wrapping it in a big circle. Okay, when I get it kind of started, I'm going to add some hot glue to it. Okay, and then keep wrapping. You may have to hold it for a couple of seconds and let that hot glue kind of dry. It won't take it too long, but you do want it to dry before you keep going. Okay. And I'm ready to add some more hot glue. And the larger your coil gets, the more hot glue that you'll have to put each circle around, if that makes sense. So like my first little coil, I only had to put 1 drop of hot glue, and now that I'm getting to the coil to be about the size of a quarter, I'm gonna have to add more glue to it. Okay. Okay, and you can also, I'm using hot glue, but if you were using Elmer's glue, you could lay this on the table and coil it that way. Okay, I'm still adding some more hot glue to it. You can make these in any color, and you just keep coiling your yarn around your pipe cleaners. Okay, so when I finish wrapping my yarn all the way to the end of this pipe cleaner, I'll tie another pipe cleaner onto it and keep wrapping my yarn around. And then I keep coiling this part, the main mug rug part. Okay, I'm letting that glue dry in between. And this is really small so far, but you can see that it's kind of taking a little bit of shape. They're starting to get a very small mug rug and a lot of hot glue string. So just be prepared for that. I know it's after Halloween. I call those cobwebs, so make sure you get all of those off your mug rug before you use it. So you'll keep wrapping all the way around until you get a nice mug rug that is big enough to hold your hot chocolate mug. Have fun!